Well, the election fever is at its peak in the state of Kerala, and the polling will take place on 23rd of April for 20 Lok Sabha seats. We have right now with us a member of the ruling party, in fact a member of the Polit Bureau of the CPM and a former education minister of the state, Mr. M.A. Baby. Mr. Baby, welcome to Rajya Sabha Television. First and foremost is your party is ruling the state. It was ruling the state, earlier as well. What exactly are the issues which you are taking to the people in these elections for these 20 Lok Sabha seats?
See, this being a parliament election, issues related to the 5-year term of Mr. Narendra Modi, the BJP government at the center. This is what we basically discuss. We feel that there were mob lynching, communalization, 4 senior-most judges of the Supreme Court coming out and holding an open press conference that there were external influences which, came in the way of, proper democratic judicial, announcements. Okay. Then also the promises Mr. Modi gave 5 years ago and how far those were fulfilled. All these national issues are basically discussed, but we feel that the positive performance of Pinarayi Vijayan government that also would discussed.
Okay. One very interesting aspect of these elections in Kerala this time is the Wayanad constituency, with Congress President Rahul Gandhi throwing his towel out there in the ring from Wayanad. There seems to be a lot of unease between the Congress and the CPM, although it has always been LDF versus UDF in the state of Kerala, but Congress and CPM seemingly are working in tandem at the national level. This particular aspect of Rahul Gandhi contesting from Wayanad doesn't seem to have gone down well with the CPM and the entire left front.
See, it's not only the question of how the left views it. Renowned author and emeritus professor of Jawaharlal Nehru University, Professor Soya Hassan, has openly wrote an article in The Hindu where she said that instead of focusing in the fight against RSS-controlled BJP and the communal policies that is being pursued at the center, according to her and according to all of us, Rahul Gandhi coming and picking up a fight, an electoral battle against a leftist candidate is giving a very wrong signal. We too feel the same.
Okay. One more interesting aspect of this election is the Sabrimala issue and the allegations against your government from the BJP and also from the Congress is that it was not handled properly. The entire issue was not handled properly. There was a lot of hasty decision making taken by Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan's government. So how do you see this entire issue? Is it going to hit you guys negatively in this election?
To begin with, the matter is related to the Constitution bench of the Supreme Court announcing its judgment on a long-standing litigation, which in fact took 12 years for the Supreme Court to hear the arguments and all that. Mm-hmm. So there was no hastiness in the entire process. It took 12 years for the Supreme Court to take a decision. Then once the Constitution bench of the Supreme Court takes a decision, any state government, even if it had been led by a BJP, dispensation, they would have been constitutionally compelled to implement it. Another interesting aspect, which during the course of the election, when we engage in discussion, when allegations are being heard, we clarify to them that as soon as the Supreme Court verdict came out, BJP leadership welcomed it. RSS welcomed it, Congress welcomed it, left also welcomed it. A section of believers, they came out and said that, look, this Supreme Court judgment goes against our deep belief. Okay. Again, what was the content of the pronouncement of Supreme Court? Women between the age of 10 to 50 who were denied the permission to go to Sabarimala, they were given the permission. That means Sabarimala is being strengthened by allowing more sections of people, those who have belief, they have been given, permission to go. Pinarayi Vijayan government did not do anything. Other than implementing the Supreme Court decision. So we don't find that this is going to affect our prospects in any way.
Okay. One another aspect, and that seems to be being talked about a lot by the opposition parties and by the people at large as well, is the issue of political violence in the state of Kerala. And the left parties have also been victim of it. So has been the other parties, specifically the BJP and its supporters and workers. So one is, do you think why and how can we get rid of how and when can we get rid of this issue of political violence? And is, in today's time, shouldn't there be a complete stop at violence in politics?
I fully agree with you that there has to be a complete stop with regard to violence in political life. I would rather extend it further that we should be able to eradicate violence from our day-to-day life. Mm-hmm. There are family issues, and violence taking place as part of property dispute between brothers, which end up in violence. So, only by making the society based on justice, even only when there is discrimination among sections of people totally eradicated, mm-hmm. the reason, rationale or justification of violence can be done away with. Now, there is a particular move among sections of society and sections of media to raise accusing fingers against the left and CPIM, saying that you are primarily responsible for violence.
But the cases against your workers?
There are. But I would like to state that the only political party which had taken disciplinary action on its members for having indulged in violence is CPIM. Mm-hmm. Every political party will have to make some self-criticism. But my party, CPIM, would be called for making self-criticism the least. Because we are the major sufferer. I would just take 2 minutes from you. Okay. There is only one sitting MLA killed in Kerala. That was CPIM sitting MLA Kunyali. The senior-most leader killed among any political party, that is Agikod and Rahavan of CPIM. I can narrate. And the number. But again, there is no point in apportioning blame. The point is that political violence has to be done away with, and CPIM will also undertake its own introspection so that we would be able to make more positive contribution towards putting an end to violence.
Okay, wonderful. So there it is. You had the senior leader of CPIM and its Polit Bureau member, Mr. M.A. Baby, giving detailed explanation on several issues which are talk of the town in these elections in the state of Kerala. So 20 seats in the state will go to polls on 23rd of April. With camera person Sudhir, this is Vishal Dahiya for Rajya Sabha TV in Kerala's capital, Thiruvananthapuram.